Hello, everyone. Welcome to Beyond Sunday, where we keep it real with faith and life, because as you know, life be lifer, right? So today we have a special episode because this will be coming out around Valentine's Day. So we switched it up a little bit, and I am now back in front of the camera once again. But I have some guests with us. I have my husband Tyler.
Yay, what's going on?
And I have Tasha and her husband Brian.
Hello,
and we
hello.
will be talking about relationships, okay, and all things. So I would like to start, before we get into the questions, just a small introduction of the couples.
Yep. So me and Keisha, we've been married for 10 years. We're high school sweethearts, 4 kids, incredible life so far, and God has been blessing us, and we really appreciate it.
Okay, Brian.
Tasha and I have been together for 23 years. Married. This year will be 20 years. We have 5 kids. Life's been a lot of up and downs, but it's just one day at a time, and I'm so blessed to be next to her.
Awesome.
Beautiful.
Yes, that's a long time.
23 years, yeah, that's a long time.
Yeah, I think we're at 18.
Yeah, we're 18 total.
Yeah, something like
That's
that.
still long too.
It is.
Yeah,
It
that's
really
long.
is. That's a whole grown child. So.
Yeah, I usually don't say that because it make it look bad. It's like, y'all was together how long before y'all got married? It's like, hey, mind your business. All right?
Hey, that part took him some time, okay? But well, I definitely appreciate y'all for joining us today. Do y'all have any Valentine's Day plans yet, or it's still a mystery, or is it?
I'll say it's a mystery because I have no plans. But I'm just going to say it's a mystery because, you know what I'm saying, I ain't got no plan. I'm trying to save as much money as I can, but it's like it's going to be a pretty long and rough year on the pockets. So
Very true.
I might end up just making you a steak or something, some steak and potatoes, and we're going to keep it
What
pushing.
about a seafood bowl?
If you want one,
Okay, there we go.
Hey,
Yes.
That's what you call love.
that's right.
What about y'all?
It depends.
Yeah,
If you're home that weekend.
yeah. If I'm back this weekend or for that weekend, then we'll make some kind of plans. But
But normally we don't do anything for Valentine's Day. We hang out at the house, especially if it's on a weekend, because it's just crazy.
yeah, because
You got to get there extra early.
kids
Yeah.
sports and
It is on a Saturday this year.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what happened. Yep. So let's get into these questions, okay? I haven't seen all of them, so I don't know if this gonna start an argument or anything, but we'll see. Let's get into it.
now I'm nervous.
I know, right? So be honest. Are most marriage arguments really about communication or about control?
Communication or control. And we're talking about arguments.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's more communication. I don't think it's the control thing. I ain't trying to control nobody. But I will say there are times where I don't be wanting to leave the house, and you be like, "Oh yeah, we're about to do this." You came up with this laundry list of stuff, and I definitely don't want to leave the house. At that point, I still don't think it's about control. I think I should just tell you, "Hey babe, I'm in the house. And I'm chilling in my sweats or whatever it's gonna be." But it ain't about. I don't think it's necessarily about control, especially when it comes to an argument too.
I agree. More so.
When I say laundry list of stuff, you be like, "Oh, yeah, we're gonna go here."
doesn't be
And then
that
what you call it has a birthday party, and then after that birthday party, the kids gonna want to. I was like, "Fam."
But that's why we need to get back to our weekly meetings, because that week you can be prepared for what's to come.
Even if I'm prepared, sometimes I just wake up and it be.
You'll forget. Oh yeah, that is today. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, well, not. Oh yeah, that is today. It's like, oh, I don't want to do that anyway. I just want to be at home. Like I pay the mortgage there, I got it kind of set up the way I like it set up.
Facts.
I just want to just be.
Facts.
You be like, come on, we gonna parade the family around the town.
Okay. Noted.
But again, that's a communication thing. I don't think that's a control thing.
Okay.
I think that's more of a communication thing.
What you gonna say?
Facts.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's for me it's communication. I think there's more things that we get right and wrong through communication. I don't think it's a control thing because what we've learned is that it's a partnership. So if you're not You can try and control it all you want
I
to.
thought
but
you didn't like that word, partnership.
No, we're not. It's a partnership. We are working together.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't use the we're partners. No,
We are partners.
we gonna be like the old school terms, like husband, wife.
wife, yeah.
I'll stretch it to spouse. But yeah, it's just a communication
I think
thing.
it's communication too. Because sometimes I'll tell you stuff and you forget. I feel like that's a man thing though. A little bit.
No, it's a man thing. I think honestly, females and guys are wired differently. So like y'all's minds, like y'all have got your own core things that y'all think about, especially dealing with the house, the kids, like that. And I'm not downplaying that. That's not a big deal. That's a lot that goes on just in those couple things. But I think guys, we get hyper focused on the roles of providing, protecting, and that kind of stuff. So when it comes to encompassing that, I think it's y'all look at it one way, we look at it a different way. It still gets you to the same destination, but we're just focused on two different things.
Yeah. Even when you said house and kids, when I'm thinking house and kids, I was like, yeah, got to do this with the yard, got to do this, got to do this. It's all work related stuff. And it's like, hey, all that good. And then when I think of the kids, it's like, all right, they got to get their homework done. Got to make sure they got this, make sure they got this, got this. And y'all probably thinking something completely different. It's like, yeah, she probably had a hard day. No. All right. Whatever. Yeah, when I think house and kids, I just think work. It's all work related.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. So how do you know when you're communicating versus just defending your position with Bible verses?
What are you talking about? I have no idea what that question even means.
I don't either.
Can you reread the question?
Can we phone a friend?
Right.
Yeah.
I'm going to skip that question. So you can just edit that out. Edit. Boom.
Oh, okay.
Defend your position with Bible verses.
Oh, I guess
Talking about
like
spiritual warfare.
Yeah, like if
When they talk about the armor of God, right? The only way you can use the sword, the sword of, what is it? The sword of truth? I don't know. I don't forget what the sword is. It's a sword of something, right? The only way you use the sword is like rhema, which is like the word for like spoken, like you speak Bible verses. So for every temptation that you have in your life, technically you're supposed to have a Bible verse to protect you from that temptation. And so I think what the question's trying to ask is, as you encounter those various pressures in life, what Bible verse do you use to defend against it? That's my assumption.
I thought it was like if you, or maybe not getting in an argument, or he has something to say about me, and then he comes in with the Bible verse to counteract it. That's what I was thinking.
Oh, is that what we're talking about?
But I don't know.
But,
I don't know.
we can move on.
Oh, okay.
So what's harder, saying what you feel or listening without planning your rebuttal?
Saying what I feel.
We need another option, pretending to listen, like not messing around.
Oh.
I can listen without rebuttaling all day, but the problem is y'all be talking my bad. You will talk for so long that sometimes I forget what all is in that essay or dissertation that you gave me. And so by the time it's time to respond, I be like, I ain't gonna lie to you. What part do you even want me to respond to? That way we can kind of clip it.
So you're planning your rebuttal?
No, I'm not planning my rebuttal.
I'm
listening. I take in what you say,
okay,
but it takes so long that I be like, man, I actually don't know what you.
I don't even talk that long.
When we argue, you do though.
I don't.
What?
I barely talk when we argue because in the moment I don't want to see these questions, Julian. Get you, but in real time, I don't want to argue in that moment because I might be super upset. So I don't want to say the wrong thing. So I'm like, give me a moment. And so when I come back, I can calm down and probably have a shorter version or whatever I was going to say.
That's a different type of argument. I'm talking about we have those arguments too, where you take your space and all that good stuff, and I just be chilling. But I'm talking about the argument.
That's a different type.
I'm talking about the arguments, not argument. I'm talking about those conversations that consistently come up, where it's like, hey, you have your perspective, I have my perspective, and I've said this and you've said this, and then you be trying to be like kind of push back on how I feel about it. Like, for instance, buying another house, right? Exactly. Like, it's not something we'll raise our voices about, right? But it is something that we'll talk about at length. And then, like, by the time we get to the end of it, I just be like, "Fam, what part do you want me to talk about?"
No, but that specific argument, but conversation, you want that laundry list because you have to be super, like, I have to have a good reason to move. So I gotta come with that laundry list. So that's not.
And I get that, but the question was specifically asking,
okay,
do you listen to respond, or what was the two options?
What's harder, saying what you feel, or listening without playing your rebuttal?
Right.
Okay, so listening.
No, listening is the easy part. The problem is, by the time I'm done listening, I ain't got no rebuttal.
Okay, so so saying what you feel is harder for you.
Oh, sure. Yeah, we'll go with that then.
That's the question.
But here's the reality: like, it takes discipline to like not say what you feel. That actually takes like discipline, and like it takes patience and things of that nature. Technically, that should be the more difficult route, is to like actually wait it out, hear you out, and all that other stuff. The problem is in practice, sometimes it's not as practical, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Even with practice, so I think it's in a guy's or man's nature. Like, I think most men, whether you're practically a mechanic or not, I think most men try to fix problems. So if you have a problem or an issue and you're coming to us and talking about those issues, I can tell you my brain instantly starts going to, how can I fix this, when a lot of times you may just want me to listen.
You're not listening.
I can tell you countless times that I've heard that. I just want you to listen to me. I'm like, okay, well,
and then when I tell you how I feel,
you know what I mean? Like, if I'm just listening, then you don't want me to fix the like, you know what I mean? Like, and that's why I think guys and women are wired differently, because if you present us with a problem, well, we don't want to see you upset. We don't want to see you angry. We want to, you know what I mean? Like, guys, especially like that's our role as a husband, to like come to us, confide in us. But like, we want to be a part and fix the issue. You just may want us to listen, and maybe someone else fix the issue. You know what I mean? So it's hard. I don't know if guys necessarily stop thinking about how to fix the problem, or like what you're talking about. I think it's a natural thing. At least it is for me. Like, my brain instantly goes to, all right, cool, problem. How do we fix it? And then she's still talking as I'm thinking, all right, I can do this, and this. That's just how it's how I feel I'm wired. And I've tried, and like, I can listen, and at the end of the day, I'm still trying to think about.
But then sometimes you be cutting me off.
Because I mean, like, if I got that solution, you know, like that one hit, if it's that one hitter quitter, like, I mean, let's get it out, you know. But
I feel like I can. You said, what's the harder one? Saying how you feel? Mm-hmm. Sometimes I don't say how I feel, because if I say how I feel, we go into this whole other thing. So I just keep it to myself. But that's hard. That's kind of wrong too, because if I keep it to myself too long, then it's just like a volcano. I just erupt. I just like, whatever. And he'd be like, well, why didn't you just tell me that? I said, I tried to tell you, but he was on solving a problem. So that didn't work.
Facts.
I try to keep it, but I have been better. Like, I'll tell you how I feel. I don't think that
you have been there,
because like, he'll have a different way. Like, he's right. He will have a different way of how he's looking at stuff, and I don't look at it that way. And I'm just like, no. He's like, well, we can agree to disagree. I'm like, but that didn't solve the problem.
Yeah, and that now let me preface this: if you tell your spouse you agree to disagree, that may trigger more of a conversation than what you have ever intended, because I'm like, all right, cool. We can just very calmly, we can agree to disagree. And yeah, that it continues on for, I don't know if we got it. I don't think we got enough time to talk about how long that conversation goes.
Because once you say we agree to disagree, Brian, he's like, okay, we done. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, no, I agree to disagree, but this is still how I feel. Like, so you can't knock the other person's feelings. if you don't feel the same way. Like, you still have the right to feel the way you want to feel.
She sound like preparing and rich stuff again.
Oh my goodness.
Good night.
I think saying what I feel is probably harder for me because I'm like protect mode. Like, I don't want him to respond to how I truly feel, and it hurts. So I just protect myself. Like, well, how about, or what about? Oh, that's how you feel. Oh yeah, I wasn't thinking that way anyway. So let's just move on. But I'll listen to him. I don't have a problem with that. But without a rebuttal, I'll say that.
Yeah, but I don't be talking long though.
Oh my goodness, you think that?
Yeah.
You think?
I will say, when I just answered that last question, that did take me a long time.
I was
like, man, they use a lot of words, man.
Like, what are you talking about?
They use a lot of words.
Man, whatever.
My word counts up to 372.
Yeah.
So at what point does I'm just being real become I'm being reckless?
At what point?
Yeah.
That I'm just being real become I'm just being reckless?
Yep.
I'm assuming it's before people start crying, right? Here's the thing. Me and Keisha, like, we have our, like, back and forth, but we don't necessarily have, like, full all-out arguments or nothing like that. So, like, I don't think I don't know if I have crossed the line or something like that. Be like, oh, you buck tooth, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But, I don't know if there's, like, I don't know if either one of us have ever crossed the line like that. It's like, yeah, that's why that little spot in the back of your head getting bigger or whatever, right? Like, I don't think he never hit me with nothing where my feelings have been hurt or whatever it may be.
Not that harsh, I don't think.
Yeah.
But I mean,
But like, I think personal attacks would be like a line that's a little too far. Maybe talking about people, family members, and things of that nature, or maybe even like trigger moments, like upbringings. Like, some people had relatively traumatic stuff, and so like you could disarm them by bringing up that traumatic. Like, oh, you think that way because what would ever happen to you. Mm-hmm. So I think it's like hitting below the belt a little bit.
Yeah.
And you always said, like, I think our thing is, you said, I raise my voice. I'll just talk loud. And then I'll just be talking in my regular voice, and you be like, why are you yelling? I'm like, man, I'm not yelling. That's not yelling. You be like, but you are yelling.
It goes up another level. That why you raised it.
That's not raising nothing. That's just the way I talk.
At least she says raise. I get told I'm yelling.
Yeah.
And it's like, I promise you I'm not yelling. But she's like, you're yelling. I'm just talking louder than what I normally do because I feel like, I think guys feel like when you're
right.
Yeah, sometimes guys don't think that you listening. So sometimes we may feel we need to raise our voice. And when I say raise our voice, like no louder than what you were just talking.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Talking, yeah.
But like you yelling, like, all right, let's just change the subject because this isn't going nowhere fast. I don't think that
you don't realize that you are yelling because, okay, we're going to clear the air. Brian's hearing is a little off, not to throw punches or nothing, but his hearing is off. So for him, he thinks it's still normal tone. Everybody else in the house, is it okay? Yeah, we good? Your daddy just talking, but you like be up here. So, I mean, not that I'm not throwing punches at you, sweetheart. Just saying, because
I get it.
In your
and
body,
you may
you're
very
like,
well be right.
It's just a regular voice. Mm-hmm. But on the outside, like, I'm looking outside in, like, you yelling.
Mm. Could be.
And then you be like, well, I'm not trying to yell.
We can just agree to disagree.
See?
There you go. There you go. See, I came from a big family, so if you didn't talk, like, if you didn't have volume in your voice, then you weren't going to be heard.
And I think sometimes you think I'm yelling, but I'm just loud. Like, I am. I'm the loud one. Like,
amen.
So yeah. But I think you can, like, if you're in an argument, you can tell you start to go too far just by your partner's, like, reaction or your spouse's reaction. Sorry, Brian. But
no, you good. I don't think we've ever intentionally or ever taken personal shots at one another. I think that's just the respect we have for one another now.
Have we gotten upset?
When we talk about maybe other family members, we might that knife may get turned and to the side or something.
But I've never like used your family members against you in a disagreement.
No, and that's like I said, it's a respecting. We may not disagree with what our family does or says or how they act or whatnot, but it's never been I don't think we've ever attacked any of our family or taken it to that point.
That's good.
Yeah.
All right. So why do we pray before meals but not before arguments?
I don't know. I don't know. We about to have one. Like you about to eat.
Like spur of the moment,
right? Sometimes it's.
I don't think we may pray together. It may be one of them when you're like, oh Lord,
here he go again.
Yeah, man, I don't think it's a mutual prayer, but there's a lot to. I would agree. I don't think we realize that it may get to that point. I think it's just maybe a conversation that just continues on. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
Well, I guess my initial thought would be like that's one of the praying before you eat is like trained. Like it's like trained behavior. It's like one of those like I call them tent poles and watering holes, right? So tent poles is like certain events happen and you pray, and then watering holes is like when you go to certain places you pray. Like you can pray in your car. It's like when you get in your car you pray, right? I feel like when you eat, that's like one of those like tent pole water, however you want to put it, whichever one. But you are trained to do that. Most people aren't trained to pray before they argue. Yeah. I don't seem like a trained thing. I know I ain't trained my kids to do that. I know I don't do that. So I would think that's why.
That's very interesting. Maybe after.
Yeah.
Like,
I can see maybe
get
after.
back on the same page. We got to do it or pray for the situation or something. Like whether it got resolved or something or needs to be resolved later. But before, nah.
I know. I definitely don't. But again, we don't argue often enough to even try to figure that out yet. No. Well, I don't know. Maybe the day's coming. Who knows?
Man, don't say that.
The other thing I think about with food too is we all come from different backgrounds and walks of life, and it's been one of those things like where if you've had to be without food or you know what I mean, for whether it be one time or an extended period of time, it's one of those things where like every meal that you get, it just seems like you know what I mean, like you appreciate a little bit more, especially if you've had to go without. So that's where I think some of that could come into play too.
Yeah, just how grateful you are to have received another meal. Yeah, that's
I can see how it's a train thing, like Tyler said, because ever since I don't know, I could talk. We always say grace, and that's the same way we bring the kids up. But on our end, I feel like I look at it a little bit different because you just never know, especially with the line of work Brian does. Like, we're always grateful because there's other people that we know that do the same line of work that you go into work one day and by the end of the day, you don't have a job. And I feel like that's for anybody now in general, the way we're living. But we're just always, make sure you say your grace because there are other people out here who may not have had food in a very long time, and God's still providing for us. And it's not that He's not providing for them, but in the moment that we're in right now, like He's still providing. Like we always make sure you're fed, and the reason we make sure you're fed is because He makes sure we're good. So
yeah.
Then
praying before argument kind of give you that visual, almost like a boxing match about to occur. Ding, 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 ding. It's like you get your prayer on. It's all right. We're gonna have a clean match. Nothing above, nothing below the waist. Yeah, all that good stuff. So
I don't even think we thought about that. Like, it's like, do you say, wait a second before we start talking?
Right. That's crazy. But hey, it might work. Hey, might need to try one day.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
So, what does reconciliation looks like when the apology feels forced or late?
Reconciliation is like making someone whole. Is that what that? Making someone feel better or whatever? What does that look like after what?
Yeah. When an apology feels forced or late.
Forced or late. So if you force me to apologize,
right?
What does that look like?
Right. Are you good after that? If I force you to apologize?
I think I'll be all right. Yeah.
Or if I needed to apologize for something, but it came like 5 days later.
I just keep thinking back to Martin, man. It's like Gina and Martin I think she wanted him to marry him. She wanted him to propose.
Oh man,
That's right. That's right. She wanted him to propose. And he's like,
that.
"Fine, Gina, will you marry me?" Yeah.
he added a word,
Right.
But,
Yeah. I ain't gonna say the last word that he had. Yeah.
but yeah,
Well,
and they didn't. At the time, she walked away.
what she said? She's like, "Martin, that was beautiful." Whatever. She's being facetious.
She did.
Yeah. But that's what I think of like a forced apology of some sort. So yeah, you get what you want, and cool. I think it's fine.
I don't think I've ever actually like I forced you to apologize.
A delayed apology is the one that's a little more interesting to me. That means at some point I reflected on it. I was like, you know what, my bad. I'm sorry about that.
I feel like I have delayed apologies, not only with
Yeah.
you, but from my kids too. Like, I ain't go off on them, and I'm like, my bad, I ain't mean to go off on you that bad, but blah, 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 blah. So,
Yeah.
I think I have more of those than a force, because you be like, so what you say, oh, you don't do that. So, you got something to say?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what you're going to get.
That's real. I open the door like, you got something to say? She's like, nope. All right. Just keep it pushing.
You got forcing apologies over there?
No, I let Brian marinate. I'll be like, okay, he'll figure it out.
That's
right?
and that's a good and bad at times. Like when you're doing it, because there's times when I know for me, I've done several of the delayed, and there's been some times where I feel like
Yes,
I've
Lord.
been, like done some of the forced ones. I guess the problem for me is like I'll get in my own head a lot of times, like when it's a forced apology, and then I'm almost resentful for even doing it. So like, and I don't know if that's just a me thing or what, but there's times when I'll apologize and I can tell you I'll say it, but I don't mean it. It's
And I
you
can
know what I
tell
mean.
you I mean it. I'm like, okay.
That's the flesh of me, because I like, all right, you want me to apologize, I'll apologize, but there's
do
no meaning behind it. It's about as hollow as a dead tree.
Yeah.
And then he'll go and think about it, and he'll be like, he sent me a text message one time. Like, I know I was wrong. And I was like, oh, whatever.
It ain't easy to do.
I get it.
The mere action of being like, I gotta apologize for this thing that I don't feel like I was wrong in. Like, just humbling yourself to even do it should be enough. But I come around eventually. But it just remind me, like, and I know in sports, soccer's good for it. Hard foul against the other person. You get up, y'all in each other's faces, this, that, and the other. And the referee's like, hey, before y'all go, y'all shake hands. It's like, I'm gonna shake his hand, right? But you do it, right? You do it out of just mutual respect, this, that, and the other. And however you feel later is however you feel later. But at the moment, you just got to get through the initial. So it is what it is.
I know you like to, like, if I say, I'm sorry, you was right, you like, oh, how did that feel? Coming out of your mouth.
Oh, you said you was right?
Like, yeah, I told him he was right. I'm like,
Yeah, because that's one of those, like, you bookmark, you know what I mean? Like,
He does
Yeah.
the same. Yeah.
yeah, because
I hardly ever say
guys
that.
will
I missed it.
Yeah.
we'll say we're wrong, I think more openly and honestly, but like women saying y'all was wrong, yeah, that one don't happen often, not often at all. So
And we be right. We be right.
We're about to get out of the arguments portion of this podcast.
I'm curious on who wrote all
So many
these
questions or arguments.
I don't know. Julian set me up, I feel like. But we're going to move on. So, who decides what busy looks like in your marriage? I can answer that. Me.
Probably the kids. Oh.
that's it.
Actually, yeah, I agree. The kids, too. Because our life don't evolve around them. But when soccer season is in full effect, oh, yeah, we gotta work around it. And we have 3 out of 4 that are in soccer right now. So Yeah, that's just
Well,
that's our
even
time.
beyond the sports, as soon as they join public schools and they have homework, now you define. Well, one of our kids is like neurodivergent of sorts, so she has dyslexia, and like you have special training associated with some of that. You got to teach your kids to read. You got to teach your kids how to do math. You got to teach your kids how to assimilate into society and this, that, and the other. So yeah, you do. Even though I don't be wanting to go sometimes, like you do need to go to the birthday parties. They do need to go to the proms and all that good stuff, right? And like, a lot of that, what do you call it, molding of your child takes a lot of time and a lot of effort, and it does make you more busy than you probably want to be. Even like when it comes to cooking food, if I was just cooking food for me, I'd be chilling. But I got all these other mouths to feed when I be cooking, man. Like, and then they be like, I don't like it like that, Daddy. Why don't you make it like this? Like, you don't eat that food and call it a day.
True.
Right? And so now you got special preparations for whatever, sensitive stomachs and all this other stuff. Yeah, they definitely decide how busy I am in a given day.
You get what you get and don't throw a fit.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, sorry, like.
Well, we don't have kids that have
The sensitive stomach situation.
well, we do have one, but we alternate for everybody. So like in the tortillas, there's like a wheat conditioner. Sarah can't eat it. Like it just upsets her stomach. So we just choose not to buy tortillas at all. And then we buy a different brand that she can have, and everybody, it doesn't hurt anybody else. So we have done that.
So I mean, we'll change.
We have.
We'll change the outcome. We won't change the situation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if it's something, as we'll use food as an example. If something with food, we're not gonna change the outcome of like you're gonna eat what we fix, or you just not gonna eat.
Like you're not getting chicken nuggets and we getting spaghetti.
But if it's something that bothers, like that you don't like about it, we might change an ingredient, but we're not changing the outcome.
Unless it's a leftover night, then it's like whatever.
Yeah.
Everybody can have something different because it's leftovers. So y'all pick.
We all one of them
dibs.
families that do leftovers. I know there's some.
I know some people don't do leftovers.
Those
But
people
we do
on the other
leftovers.
side of the fence
We
that
have
don't do
leftovers.
leftovers.
That's the problem. We have them.
So sometimes we'll have it either. Solid get to it. Solid get to it. We ain't got no leftovers.
Yeah, I was just like, when did they get this extra gear, this extra stomach? I was like, I used to have all the leftovers I wanted. Now they ain't there no more. But such is life.
Yeah.
But I do agree with that. You get what you get. No, if I'm buying food, I'm not going to two different places. You're just gonna get food. Yeah.
No.
But if I'm cooking food, I will make accommodations. I ain't gonna even lie. I'm the softy.
But you also got more girls.
I do have girls.
So that might be it too.
They will pull on that heartstring. Dad, I don't like spaghetti. I'm like, well, spaghetti only takes 2 minutes to make anyway. What you want, baby? Right? Like spaghetti.
You've done that too to the girls.
Yeah, Keisha ain't gonna do that. I'll do it.
You've done that to the girls before. But she just came up to me and she asked me this, and I'm like, I just told her no.
Okay, right?
I think that's the difference, like with dads and daughters. So like I think boys and moms like may pull at the heartstrings differently, but man, there's something about like a dad and daughter that it's hard. Like I'll tell you, for me, it's hard to say no. Period.
So what's the difference?
Especially if they ask the right way. If they just be like, Dad, I want this. Like, no, girl, get back in there. Dad, can I?
The puppy dog eyes.
Come on.
But what's the difference between a mom and her baby boy? What's the difference?
Ask Laz. Ask Laz. That's my mama. About 4,000 times each day. Like you gonna know it. But no, I think, and another aspect of it, I think for me personally, on why it's a little bit harder at times to say no is because I'm out of town working. So like when I'm back in town, it's like, all right, like we're both disciplinarians when it comes to the kids, but she does take a lead at times when I'm not around more often because it's hard to jump back in and try to be that role when you're not present quite as much. You know what I mean? Because you don't want to jump back in and then it feels like you're alienating yourself from your kids. So sidebar, but yeah.
That's fair. Yeah, I don't like saying no because I feel like the world is already so hard on your kids, and the one person that can give them a little bit of relief is dad. It's all like this. I say every once in a while. Oftentimes I'll just let them have their way. But when it comes to that boy, that's probably not gonna happen. But when it comes to my girls, I do.
Come on.
And one day they're gonna be in high school, and some little punk kid's gonna try to walk up to my girls and be like, "See, I can get you this, that, and the other." I need them to be like, "My daddy will beat you up. I need you to get out of my face." Right? Yeah.
In your household, is it more specific roles to certain things, or is it more overall partnership? Kind of, we're tackling everything together.
I don't know. What do you think?
I think it's a mix. I feel like both of us can tackle a lot of the things like cooking and whatnot, but you take you're more so often cooking now, and then I'm not a morning person, so the morning is you all day. But I think I have started helping at night to kind of balance it out, because at first it was kind of you doing both. I ain't gonna lie to you, but I try to do the night portion just because I know you wake up with them, and I'd rather not. So it's kind of like a balance of, and then like just you can tell what needs to be done in the house or sometimes. So it's just like, oh,
That's a slippery slope.
let me pick this up, or the dishes need to be put up. Let's put the dishes up. Just certain things like that. But outside, that's all you. That's definitely all you.
Yeah, that's fair. No, you probably right. Yeah.
Can we tell what needs to be done? I get.
So
what do you need help with? Like, look around. Like, look around.
like I said, once again, it may be a me thing, but there's a lot of times where stuff seems to be hidden in plain sight. For me, you know what I mean? And I think for me, it's like just the affirmation, like, hey, what do you need so I know exactly where to direct my focus at, instead of like, I can see a bunch of stuff, but are you seeing the same thing I'm seeing? So that's where I feel like if I'm asking you, it's because I'm trying to be intentional with you, and I'm trying to like focus on what you feel like is your priority to get done, because I may see a whole different list of stuff and I start on something you care less about.
Very true.
So but as far as we go,
we kind of do. It's kind of equal parts.
We
It just
jump
depends.
in and out on different things at different times. I think for different reasons. Like she does a lot more of the cooking at times, just because with my work schedule, a lot of if you had to wait on me to cook, we need until about midnight.
And Brian is not allowed to cook bacon in my kitchen.
It gets cooked the right way, but
You do it in
clean
the
it.
oven or you do it on the stove?
On the stove.
Okay.
And
Cold pan? Hot pan? You start with a cold pan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
it be everywhere.
So yeah,
Probably
she
said, "Mom, what
just
did
don't
Dad
like
do?"
the cleanup aspect of it, but still good baking nevertheless.
It is. The cleanup aspect. Yeah.
But like as far as cleaning, there's a lot of times when I wash, fold, and hang up more of the laundry. And I think it's just realizing, like what our schedules are with one another. Like if I'm home and I've got a few days off, then fine. I have no problem running through and knocking out a whole buttload of laundry. But then it's other times when I may not be there, and then it just roles reverse on different things at different times.
We also give the kids, we delegate, because I'm only one person, and then we got 5 little people. And so, like, somebody has to be able to take a role of some sort to help out. But mostly me and Brian, we work together. I mean, I'll give him his credit. Like, he can get the laundry done, like, super fast. I think he can do laundry faster than me. Because he's laser focused. Because he'll be like, okay, switch, fold, put up, okay, done. And then it's like, he's like, oh, the laundry done. I was like, cool. But, throughout the week, because there's so much stuff going on.
Well, it's, I like I said, I think for me, it's like we look at things differently. So where she may be focusing looking at one thing.
No, I look at everything. I ain't gonna lie. It'd be
like,
everything.
I can't walk into the laundry room and see a bunch of, it is.
That's 7 people's worth of clothes.
But so here's the other thing. So especially our teenagers. The rule is we have every day do like a load or 2. Wash, dry, fold, put
Every
away.
day.
Every day do it, because if not, it gets backed
only
up,
way.
and now you got a mountain of clothes. I don't do mountains of clothes, so we'll
We
come
do
in.
mountains
But
of
if
clothes.
it's something like she's been running, doing other stuff, and the kids have been, whether it's a project at school or something like that, cool. You and the kids leave me to myself. Give me about 4 hours.
I agree with that.
It's done. But not just that. Like, I'm washing, drying, folding. I'm sweeping, mopping.
We came in one day from co-op. He had his headphones on. He was vacuuming. He didn't even hear the door open. He turned around. He was like, and I mean, it was like, he said, Get your shoes, take them to your room. I done clean this whole area. Don't leave no mess. Get your coat, take it with you. He said, And I mean, when we walked in, I was like, oh, okay. And we had been gone, about 4 hours.
About 4 hours.
Take about 4 hours.
And he was like, I got 2 more loads to do. Take y'all's clothes off, sort them in the right bin. I was like, okay.
Cause see, like there's times that our kids used to have, excuse me, but they'd wash them 2 loads, and they just sit there. I'm like, you just do it load at a time. You know what I mean? Like, and for me, it's breaking down like your clothes and certain things. So like obviously you can't put 12 pairs of jeans in the washing machine unless if you want them. Well, yeah, it's they dance, but then it's like my mentality of it's like are they really gonna get clean? So it's a balance. So sometimes I'll break it down. It's like, all right, here's my work clothes. I'll wash all my work clothes separately because if I've got grease, dirt, mud, it doesn't get on everyone else's clothes. For one, if I got stains in my work clothes, I don't care. Yeah. So I'll do that differently. But then it's pairing up clothes. Like, all right, the kids, you can throw a whole buttload of their clothes together. So like I'll wash Lily and Willow's clothes together. So then, all right, here's your clothes. Fold them, put them, like hang them up. That way, everyone's like, now you're doing it's breaking down the smaller loads. So like with socks, underwear, we don't fold them. We don't pair them up together. You throw them in a bin or a drawer, and it's done.
That's time away.
Don't put the socks together?
Absolutely not. That's their responsibility.
Oh, their responsibility. They do, but they'll either lay them or they'll put them in.
That's on them. So my wash, dry. Now it's on you. You put your stuff away. But as far as like my sock, no, I don't like them rolled. I don't lay them flat. Just flat. I put them in there. Underwear. I don't fold them. Throw them in a bin. I can grab them as I need to.
Yeah, I fold my drawers, bro.
I fold them, but he don't care. He's like they gonna iron out anyway.
He is right. I don't really care.
Yeah,
but I ain't gonna lie, it is kind of nice with like Keisha folding things. I'm like, I appreciate it, babe. You know what I'm saying? It is cool. It is cool. But I agree with you. It don't matter.
Yeah,
he ain't wrong. Because it's gonna end up right back in the wash anyway.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I feel like we waste so much time like folding. When you have a big family, it's one thing when you have like one kid, maybe even 2. But after you pass 2 kids, folding takes so much time. Like you could be doing something else. Even if you're doing, you can have the, say the dishwasher going, or if you have a Roomba or whatever, but it's still your time sitting there folding is okay. Here's your load. It don't matter how fast of a folder you are. It's still time. So it's like this is your sock drawer. Drop them in there as long as you close it. I don't see it. It's contained. Whatever. But as long as it's not floating all over the room, I'm okay with that. That's like one of the least things I care about. I don't know. Shirts, I would prefer you hang it up straight out of the dryer. Because it may or may not need to be ironed. I don't know who still use an iron, but we have an iron.
I got a steamer.
Right. So some people use a steamer. But it's like, I don't want them to be, so wrinkled. I'm like, y'all, come on. I'm like, oh, it's all right. Just get them out, take them up. And that way it's put away. But yeah, that's the laundry is
the worst.
Yeah.
It is the worst.
Sometimes close the door because you have other things that are more important at the time. So
especially athletes, it's like, where are your shorts and jersey? I don't know where my shorts and jersey are. It's like it's only been a week. Yeah. Where are they? It's insane how those 2 things disappear. And don't let them have socks. You might as well get like 3 pairs of those.
Maybe like drop them in the wash as soon as you come in. Drop. That's in the wash so we can wash them
just wash them
and hang them up because like you said, where are they? I don't know. They were in
but
my
a lot
bag.
of times like what we started doing, especially like with athletic stuff, is wash it and it don't necessarily get dried, especially because like the material stuff. So we hang it up in the laundry room so that way like once it gets washed, it's there. So when you need it again, it's a simple place to find it.
That is a good point. You do not have to dry that stuff. If you dry that stuff, it's probably worse. Strength.
Yeah. Feeling.
That's only where we at with them cheap jerseys that they bought.
Yeah, they were terrible.
I don't know what camera I need to look at.
Join the club on that one. Yeah,
stop buying cheap jerseys in Roy City.
Number 5 just peeling.
Terrible.
Don't make no sense.
So when it comes to our Christian lives, do you serve God just separately, or you have like a parallel way of serving God together?
Probably separately for us, huh?
I think so.
Yeah, we don't read together. We don't study together. We tried to pray together for a little while. Every once in a while, Keisha would be haunting over me a little bit. She'd be like, "Oh, I was praying over you." I was like, "Oh, that's what that was." Okay.
Oh yeah, I do. Yeah.
I was like, "Oh." Whew. But yeah, like ours is pretty separate outside of being in the building. But even then, you be working and I be chilling.
Yeah, it's pretty separate right now. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you what you reading. I know what I'm reading. What book are you on?
The devotional.
Oh, you on the
Be
devotional?
Still. Yeah.
Be still. Oh, look at you.
Okay, yeah.
Merry Christmas. You're welcome.
I can't remember. That was my Christmas gift. Yeah.
She asked for that.
I did.
Ours is separate.
Yeah.
I'll say out of
He has an app. You have an app that
I do
read.
like daily devotionals and daily Bible verses and stuff like that. At least for me, at least, and that's once or twice a day. At least I'm getting in the word. That's kind of, I don't want to make it sound like it's a back burner thing, because that's like normally first thing in the morning. That's what I start with, and then the evening I try to before I go to bed. Sometimes it may be, but in the evening time frame. Excuse me, but
I'll call your name. I'll be like, Brian. He be like,
but
Finish.
he didn't even pray.
It's complex.
Interrupting me.
I didn't even know. I was like, I'm sorry.
But as far as like the time, like and also I think it as time, as we matured, like different conversations, like we'll have different conversations that relate to our Christian life. So I feel like like our walks are going to be separate in a lot of ways, but some of the conversations like we can come centered on, because I can't tell you what she's reading or what she hasn't read. But
I'm not right now. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't have anything that I'm reading right now.
But that's, to me, that's okay though, because that gives us opportunity to have more conversations together instead of separately. So I think we still kind of do stuff on a separate thing, but we leave those opportunities open to where we can have conversations.
I kind of do mine like throughout the day. So like when I wake up, and this is before PT even said anything on Sunday, but I try not to pick up my phone. And like, cause I'll wake up and I know I'm waking, and then I'll try to say a prayer. Like, thank you for waking me up again. Even if it's just something small, and making sure before I touch my phone. And then throughout the day, just in general, like if someone asks me to pray for them, or if I think of something, I try not to just pray like when we need something, I try to like reflect back, and sometimes, I'm not perfect and Brian's not perfect. None of us are perfect, but it's really hard, like people is like, it seems like once you become a Christian, things are hard. Well, it is. It's hard, but it's not more than what you can bear. So it's just another test, like, of being obedient. Like, there's things that you have to do on the Christian walk, and some things you gonna mess up on, and some things it's just like kind of like in school. You take a test, some you pass, some you fail, but you have to learn from it. Don't keep making the same mistakes. But I think like you said, for us it's separate, but it's meant to bring us together. So what he'll experience, he'll come to me and let me know, and then what I experience, we kind of tag team on that.
I think it's also about and I guess I never really kind of pieced it together till just now, but I think it's also about building like your own personal relationship. I feel like if you're growing in your own personal relationship, then that's going to help strengthen like your relationship together. So I think some of those things are meant to be separate, just so that you can kind of marinate and sit in like what's on your mind personally before you bring it out to your spouse.
Yeah, because if you don't grow personally, how you gonna grow together in a marriage?
Yeah,
you got to know yourself first.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
And typically, like, when you learn about something, like, some things that stick out to me, I'll bring it up to Tyler, like, man, I read this today. or what PT said or whoever's speaking, this what they said, that really stuck out to me. So like, just even though we don't necessarily pray together or study together, we'll say something to each other that we have learned or read or whatnot, to each other, just talking sometimes. So
like what I told you earlier.
What you told me earlier?
About God made us in the image of Him.
Oh my word! So what did you say?
So the thing was, right. I was sitting there and actually I was ironing my clothes. I was sitting there. I was like, it's crazy because I feel like I'm a good looking dude.
okay,
And I'm like, if God made me an image of Him, imagine how good looking God is. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
but then I was like, Josh, I said, well, here, think about this. I was like, not just that, but if I feel that way about myself and I have a good, like, personal, like, and positive outlook on myself, just think about how great and good God is. Because if you look that good, I think it's like God must be really, really good looking. You know what I mean? So it's like I probably, and I add humor and stuff. Like that's, like she's like, oh Lord, what are you about to say now? But I add human. But it's it's like it's certain things that hit me in different times. It's like, man, like if I'm feeling this way about myself and knowing how good and gracious God's love and is for us, it's like, man, like it's hard to really wrap your mind around about like how much more he's willing to give for us. So
That's awesome. I love it.
Yes.
Yeah, I love it.
So I'm gonna like wrap it up with this last question. What is a way you truly invest in your relationship? What are things that you do to, keep it going? Hilarious.
I know at one point we did date nights, but we ain't did date nights in a minute.
I know for 2026 we said we was gonna do more dating
I did say that.
and get away from the kids a little bit more.
I did say that.
Or you can do day dates too.
Yeah,
That's what we've been doing for the most part.
Those work out really well.
Yep.
Yeah.
I will say this year I did hire somebody to help clean the house a little bit. And so I feel like that'll lighten the load of sorts. And honestly, I don't know, man. I ain't really been invested into the relationship like that, man. Real talk. I have not.
You have. Y'all been married 18 years. That's
Well, 10.
Oh, 10.
We've been together for 18
Okay,
years.
still invested. That's still.
Well, like I'll think of investing like, man, you gotta put something in every month. Whether market's up or market's down, you need to put something in. And I ain't gonna lie, man, I ain't been putting every month. What I put in last year? Not into the relationship.
Oh yeah.
What you about to say?
no, what I was gonna say to that is me and Tasha went years. And I mean years with having maybe 1 to 2 date nights out of a calendar 365.
We would not suggest that.
No,
That is not
But
suggested.
my point is to it is that even though it doesn't seem like you're invested into your relationship and into one another, there's times when, like, even if you're just sitting there and you're watching a movie and it's a movie that one of y'all picked and really wants to see, like you're still investing that time if you're present. If you're not, and I was bad for this. So like if you're not on your phone as you're watching the movie, like if you're really like, it doesn't matter if it's a chick flick or like whatever it is, but like if you invested in the time to be there with them, like you're still investing into your relationship. But to kind of caveat with that is that being intentional, like, so whatever you decide to do, whether it's going out on a date or if it's just going for a walk in where you live at or whatever it is that y'all decide, just be intentional with what you're doing, being present, being intentional. And that's something I think we found over the last year. It's just being intentional, whatever you decide, like, hey, we want to do this. Okay, wanting to and putting the action into actually doing it. So if you want to do something, be intentional. All right, in February, like first or second weekend, we're doing this. Like, check your calendars, because I mean we're all busy in some way, shape, or form. So whatever y'all come to an agreement with, like make a decision and be intentional about it. And make it to where both people can't say no. It's one of those things, and that's that's on the with anything that y'all want to do, date nights, day dates, whatever. It's just being intentional about it.
We do date. Well, we've been doing more
Day
like
dates,
day date, afternoon date, night date, whichever date we can fit in.
Because the kids are lives.
Yeah.
So the kids are in sports. The kids have school. The kids want to go to a friend's house, or there's something going on at church. So there's always something to fill in those times where you're like, you may have had in your mind that you've had something planned. Well, now life's got a hold of it and messed your whole plans. It's like, all right, we're going to start pushing back. It's like, hey, are you busy in the next 30 minutes? No. Good. Me and Tasha done small stuff as go to Buc-ee's for 30 minutes. It's like, it may sound,
going? We be
it
right
may
back.
sound crazy, but it's just something for us to get away. Like that's our time. We've gone
we
on
paused
walks
sports for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Even though we had already paid for them. During Christmas, we was like, we're not doing no games. We're not doing no practice. If the coach get mad, oh well, that's what we gonna do. Like, we needed it to like refresh, because I mean, life's, and it's just so busy. Like, you have work, you have, whether you started a new business or your business is taking off, or you travel for work, and the kids, and then you find out they can't fit a pair of pants, you got to run away. I mean, the list just keeps going, and it's like, okay, pause. Like, we just gonna pause. Yeah. And I mean, it worked. Like,
that works, but also once you went on those dates and whatnot, make sure you've got time like to remember, because like your family, all of our family started with like you two. You know what I mean? Like, it starts with the mom and the dad.
My husband,
so don't forget about those times like when you was dating, and if it starts to feel stale, ask like, hey, is things seeming a little boring in our relationship? Like, and that's like, you have to be able to be honest with one another, that because life will happen to everyone. So be honest about it, but make sure like you don't, like, you can be a great parent at teaching your kids stuff, you can be great at cooking, but don't forget about adding the intimacy and keeping the intimacy in there. Like, if your schedule is like Wednesday at 3:00, I'm free. You know what I mean? Like, but be intentional about it, because and I'm not saying making it feel like you have to schedule, but just be intentional where like you are making that time for one another.
Right. Yeah, I agree with all of that. One of the things that someone has said to us a few times is, hey, it was y'all two before, like you said, but when those kids leave,
it's gonna still be y'all two.
You're gonna be looking at each other again.
Like, who is that?
And you can even say, who is that? Or, hey,
right,
we made it.
We made it. Let's do this for real now. Like, we ain't got no interruptions or other people to worry about.
It's quiet around here.
But we got a long way before we get to that.
You do feel like we got a short eternity.
Every moment of it right now.
It's gonna go by fast.
Yeah. Well, I really appreciate y'all joining me today to do this relationship podcast.
You're welcome.
Thank you, hubby. Thank you, Tasha and Brian.
You're welcome.
And if you have any way that you can invest in your relationship, please drop it in the comments and put it in the chat. I couldn't write them down because I didn't have a pen, but I was mentally taking notes, okay? But be sure to drop those, and also be sure to like, subscribe, and comment on this podcast. And hey, don't forget, this is not just your Sunday talk. It's an everyday walk. Thank you, and we'll see you again.